Hello friends, I welcome all of you to one of the another lectures for the pathway for CSR UGC examination. If you have not watched my previous videos, you can subscribe to the channel if you are first time. Now in today's video we will discuss about a very important topic, that where do the stem cells come from. In my previous video, if you have not watched about, I have described about the properties of the stem cells, that what are the properties like stem cells having a self-renewal capacity, self-renewal. We have also talked about that it should be clonal population, clonal population, and we also said that it is having a potency, that it is could be a multipotent, pluripotent, and so on. Now we will focus here in the stem cells. The stem cells, if you talk about the types of the stem cells, then the stem cells in broadly can be classified as your embryonic stem cells, and the second classification will be your adult stem cells. So we will focus here for this part, that is from where we are getting this embryonic stem cells. Obviously some people will say that embryonic stem cells is coming from the zygote, but from in zygote it has gone through series of the division cycles. So at what stage we are taking these cell types. Now to understand this, I will introduce to you certain terminologies so that it will be easy for you. So let me first rub this thing. So the terminologies which is related with the embryos and which is important to understand from where these stem cells comes. The first terminology which I will write here is your epiblast. The second one is the hypoblast. Okay, these are some of the terminologies to make you understand. I have pictorial examples to show you as well. Then you have the allantois. You have fourth terminology which can be used is the amnion. The fifth, which is called as your trophodome, and one is your PGM or primordial germinal cells. So what are the epiblast? Epiplasts are the, you can say, primitive your primitive ectoderm. Hypoblast is your primitive endoderm. In fact, the epiblast are the cell types which we can say are from where the embryonic stem cells are derived. So it is equivalent to, you can say, is the epiblast is equivalent to your embryonic stem cells. The hypoblast is the cells which is involved in the body axis, body axis determination. They are also important for the bilateral symmetry. Okay, and as I said, they are primitive endoderm and this is a primitive ectoderm. The trophodome provides the nutrients to the embryos. It provides the nutrients to the embryos, and they also later on helps in the placenta. So that's what the trophodome function is. Now if you look into the epiblast, because that is most important cell types, it leads to later on after the process of the gastrulation, they makes the ectoderm, they makes the mesoderm, and later on they makes the endoderm. So initially, from the very early process of the embryogenesis, they are primitive ectoderm, but later on after the process of the gastrulation, they makes the ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm, and that makes the whole embryo. Besides this, they also makes the extra embryonic mesoderm extra embryonic mesoderm of yolk sac. Okay, so this is also from the epiblast function, and they also later on this epiblast your allantoins and as well as your amnions is been made. Now what is the function of the allantoids? So they also makes, you can say, allantois and as well as the amnions. So they all are derived from your epiblast. Now if you take out these cell types, this has all, you can say, the potential to make the whole organisms, as you can see here the function, and that's what you are drawing the embryonic stem cells. We'll see that in a moment in a pictorial way. Let's first try to understand what its function. The allantois, what it is, these allantois is makes the blood vessels in the yolk sac. The yolk sac is the place where the embryo is getting all the nutrients when it is present in the mother womb. And it also the allantois, which is also responsible for making the umbilical blood vessels. Okay. And what is the function of the amnion? Amnion basically provides the protective environment. They provide the protective environment to the developing embryo during the process of your embryogenesis. So with this terminologies, that what is epiblast, what is hypoblast, allantois, amnion, trophoderm, and primordial germ cell. Okay, the primordial germ cells is the primordial germ cells are the cell types from where one is getting the gametes. Okay, these are the gametes. This is the primordial germ cells. So they makes the genital ridges. Okay, the genital ridges. And one can also drive the germinal cells, and these germinal cells is also one of the sources of your stem cells. Like from you are getting a stem cells, the embryonic stem cells from the epiblast. You can also get the germinal cells from this primordial germ cells. They can also have a pluripotency potential, and you can also take the umbilical cord or the umbilical bloods, which can also have a pluripotency potential. So that's how you are basically driving your stem cells from organism. Now if you